A new day does not begin with sunlight, but with a cold that cuts deep into the bones. Inside a small snow shelter, the entire family sleeps close together, wrapped beneath a massive reindeer fur, sharing what little warmth they have. Their breath turns into thick white vapor, rising slowly into the frozen air. Tiny crystals of ice form on Leo's eyelashes, frozen from the moisture of his breath overnight. Elena is the first to wake. She quietly sits up, her body immediately reacting to the brutal cold. Slowly, she puts on her heavy fur coat, her hands trembling slightly. She reaches for a small oil lamp filled with seal fat and carefully tries to light it. For a brief moment, nothing. Then, a small flame flickers to life, pushing back the cold darkness. Without wasting time, Elena picks up a bone knife and begins scraping frost from the frozen walls. Breakfast is nothing more than a few sips of warm water and a small piece of dried meat, no bigger than 2 fingers. It is not enough, but it is all they have. Arthur sits quietly, checking his weapons before heading out. A long harpoon, its barbed tip sharp and deadly. Beside it, a thick coil of tightly braided rope, worn but strong. Then he turns to Leo. With rough, weathered fingers, Arthur applies a layer of animal fat onto the boy's face and his hands. Today, they must go out to hunt. Their food is running out. There is no choice. Outside, the Arctic waits. Inside the shelter, Elena remains behind. While the others prepare to face the cold, she takes on a different battle. She carefully reinforces the roof of the igloo, packing and shaping the snow, repairing the damage left behind by last night's storm. Every movement is precise. Every second matters. Then, she sits down quietly, holding Leo's torn glove in her hands. Far away from comfort, survival begins again. Arthur and Leo walk across a vast frozen ocean, an endless field of cracked ice stretching to the horizon. The world around them is silent, empty, unforgiving. They find it, a small breathing hole in the ice, a sign of life beneath the surface. Hunting here requires absolute patience. They stand still, completely still. Minutes turn into hours. The cold seeps deeper. Leo begins to tremble. His toes grow numb, his body slowly losing sensation. But he does not move. Arthur looks at him. No words, only a sharp, controlled gaze. A silent command. Stay still. Because even the smallest movement could scare the prey away. Below the ice, life moves quietly. A seal swims beneath the frozen surface. Then,
keep still.
A ripple. The water shifts.
Something
the seal
moved.
Rises.
Ready.
Fup! Arthur strikes. The harpoon launches with deadly precision. It hits. The massive animal thrashes violently, pulling the rope tight. Leo rushes forward to help. Together, they pull. The rope stretches. Their bodies strain. But the seal is too strong. Beneath the ice, it fights wildly. Cracks begin to spread across the surface. Crack! The ice fractures, and suddenly, the ground beneath Leo collapses. He plunges halfway into the freezing black water. The cold hits instantly, like death. In a split second, Arthur must choose the hunt or his son.
Hold on, son.
Leo is soaked.
Just a little further.
In this temperature, wet clothing will freeze
feel
solid
anything,
within
Dad.
minutes.
We're almost there.
Hypothermia will follow
Hold on,
quickly.
son. Just a little
There is
further.
no time.
Oh, I'm so cold.
Arthur lifts
We're almost
Leo
there.
over his shoulder,
Don't give up.
abandoning
Breathe.
everything behind.
Breathe with me.
They burst through the door. A
Help
wave
him.
of cold
He's
air
freezing.
crashes
I know.
inside,
Get him
moves
here,
immediately.
quickly.
With a knife, she cuts away Leo's frozen clothing. The fabric cracks like ice as it breaks apart. She pulls out the warmest reindeer furs, wrapping them tightly around his body, layer by layer, holding in whatever heat remains. Then, she pulls him close, holding him tightly in her arms, sharing her own body warmth. Beside them, Arthur drops to his knees, his body shaking. With trembling hands, he throws the last pieces of animal fat into the fire. The flames rise, stronger, hours pass. Slowly, Leo survives. He lies weak, taking small sips of warm water from his mother's hands. His breath steadies. Life returns. Arthur sits nearby, quiet. He slices the last piece of dried meat into a small pot. There is no regret in his eyes, only acceptance, because he made the right choice. The three of them sit close together around the fire. Their bodies lean toward each other, sharing warmth. Their shadows grow large on the snow walls behind them. Outside, a new storm begins to rise. The wind howls, the snow rages. But inside, they have each other. And for now, they are still alive.